switch the screens here. Yeah, so the title being strangers joined together to rent 15-passenger van after flight was canceled. Take 10-hour road trip instead. I just want to preface, there are very few people that I'm okay, and I know them really well, to be like, yeah, let's take a road trip. I can't imagine doing this with strangers. Yeah. So, I mean, it's cool to see that, like, you know, there are people out there that are genuinely just trying to, like, make it to their destination. They're good to travel with, you know, nothing creepy or scary happen, things like that. But still, I don't know if I would be one to be like, yeah, let me just hop in this van with you that I've known for a whopping 15 minutes and drive across the country. I don't know about that. So what they ended up doing, and I think the flight comes out of Florida, and everyone's kind of on their way to Knoxville, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, okay. So it all starts with this first gal, and I think it's the one in front here that's taking the picture. But basically, she was set to take a flight from Orlando to Knoxville, and it was delayed, and then eventually canceled. And so, you know, trying to find different flights to book in order to get there, no luck. And so, she ends up talking to this guy named Carlos about him needing to be there as well for a 10 a.m. Yeah, like it says here, for a 10 a.m. appointment with his daughter the next morning at a university. And so he's like, I gotta get there, you know, even if it means like driving essentially. And so they ultimately end up agreeing to rent a van, and then next thing you know, it like becomes this whole ordeal, and it's a group of 13 of them. I mean, at least like, hello Fern, how are you? Welcome in. We were just talking about strangers that decided to travel across the country, not knowing each other, for a 10-hour road trip. Like I said before, I have very few people that I could actually be okay in a road trip alone, like, let alone like strangers, you know. Doing great, just getting ready for work. Oh man, that daily grind. Did you get a chance to play on your Switch? Saw that you got it. I will still have to send you my info for that. I haven't. That's on me. I'll send it. But yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so group of 13 people. Yeah, people are going there for like conventions or just trying to get home. So these people had stuff to get done, or they just found the opportunity to be like, hey, I'll tag along if, you know, if we're already getting reimbursed on this flight, and it's, you know, I only have to pay for gas and whatever food kind of thing for 10 hours. Why not? And so they started the journey. It's a 650 mile like journey, and they just said it was about 10 hours after it's all said and done. I sure did. I got Super Mario Odyssey, Hades, and Metroid Dread. Nice. Hades is so good. Highly recommend. And honestly, it's perfect for Switch. So I hope you enjoy those. My voice is going in and out apparently. So they evidently made a video of their kind of experience. It's kind of lengthy. It's like a 5-minute video. We can just like break it up or whatever, just kind of skip through it. But evidently, like, no one slept because it was just too much going on, but like in a good way, that these people were able to like communicate with one another and like keep each other awake. And at least you would always have a driver ready to go. So with that many people, like, you could honestly drive like an hour. I mean, that'd be a little ridiculous to stop every hour, but I'm just saying, like, you would get there in pretty much no time, outside of like breaks for like filling up the tank and all of that. So I love it so far. Sequel to Hades was announced. I know, I saw that. I am excited for that as well. I haven't looked into it in terms of like what they're gonna do for the sequel yet. I just saw it was announced, so that's really exciting. So I like this quote right here. The whole experience really confirmed my faith in humanity for a little bit. In the States right now, we're going through a period of division, so it was nice to see. I could appreciate that, you know. In the end, all the passengers managed to keep their appointments. That's amazing. Michelle was able to deliver her speech. Oh, she was a keynote speaker. I missed that. Wow, these people definitely had some stuff that they had to get to. That makes sense. Anywho, I gotta get going. DM me your friend code on Discord whenever you get the chance. Perfect. I will do that, Fern. Have a good one. Thanks for popping in for a few minutes. So like I said, the video she took was like interviewing the whole group, pretty much. And so with that, I'm actually going to pause the music real quick.
Well, I'm at the airport and our shit gets canceled. So me and a bunch of strangers in my family, we decided to rent a 15-passenger van and ride back 8 hours to Tennessee. So meet the gang.
My name is Lexi, and I'm possibly gonna miss my finals, but it's fine.
Oh no, she had finals to take?
I'm Robin, and I'm here for my son's custody battle.
My name's Q, and we're stuck. Bye.
My name is Seth, and I got stuck here in Orlando after visiting some friends.
Hi, I'm Adolf. I'm from Mexico, from Cancun. I came to here, Orlando, Florida? What is it? Florida? To Knoxville, Tennessee, but the frontliner canceled our flight, so we rent a van, we all together, and go on the trip.
Go.
Hi, I'm Johan. I'm from Mexico, and they canceled our flight here in Orlando, so we are going on a bus.
Hi, I'm Amy. I'm from Cozumel, Mexico, and I'm up here trying to get my friend that's moving to Mexico, and Frontier screwed us over, canceled our flight. We're trying to get back, so we're going to do cars, trucks, planes, and automobiles. We're going to get ourselves where we got to go tonight.
Oof.
Hey,
So you see
Laura, Carlos, Michaela.
they cancel our flight, but you know, I don't argue.
Ah, that's where it comes from. I was wondering where the whole I never argue comes in.
I'm the farm babe from Florida, and I'm the keynote speaker in Knoxville on Tuesday, so we're going to go, and I'm going to make my speech.
Well,
I'm Renee. I came for a good time.
Hi, my name's Kelly Young, and we are having a road trip to Knoxville for 10 hours. Can't wait.
oh my god.
Hertz for helping us out. Go Hertz!
What a group of people. I mean, you know, that might be pretty okay in terms of, yeah, I can deal with this for 10 hours. It's going to get me where I need to go. Yeah, sure. Why not? Makes sense. That's so funny. That's really funny. Huh. Well, this next one is, I know we've talked about cars a little bit and the advances that they've made in some ways, and some of the exciting stuff coming. So this one, kind of keeping pace. This one came out just a couple days ago, and evidently they have officially like started production on the first solar car. And they call it Lightyear. Interesting. Um it's an interesting kind of model as you like go through and look at it. So it seats 4 to 5 passengers. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm sorry. It's called Lightyear Zero. My bad. But basically it has the solar panels on the top. And I mean, they make it look sleek. I think there's a decent picture here of it. They make it look sleek, but like I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on what it looks like, what it reminds me of. So chat, feel free to like chime in with what the heck it could possibly like look like. But oh, and I forgot to put the music back on. Like having some background noise. Anyways, so I think there's one more. Yeah. Well, it's interesting because like you see the cap here, but there's not here. So whatever. Basically they've started production on this car, and the sticker shock. Holy shit. The price of this, then they're trying to make one car a week. It's gonna be $255,000. Like, my god. That's absurd. And they're looking to push these things out starting next year, so I don't know that I'm gonna see it locally for probably a couple years, is my guess. But yeah, they're that's a house. I mean, with inflation, probably not exactly a house, but that's pretty close to a house. That's pretty close to a house. Yeah, I mean, it's really cool to see that they're making advances. We're finally starting to see like this hit the market. I think it's been a long time coming. Let's see what's here at the top. If in the next 10 to 20 years solar panels can become greater producers of energy, electric cars would finally circumvent the criticism that just because a car uses electricity and not fossil fuels doesn't mean it's any better for the environment, since most electricity is generated through fossil fuels. That's fair. I mean, there's definitely some like trade-offs at the moment, and it'll be interesting to see how production and advancements in this industry take shape. It'll be interesting for sure. Starting production of Lightyear Zero, the first solar car, brings us a big step closer to our mission of clean mobility for everyone everywhere. Yeah, it's one of those, you got to get out in the market and then be able to like improve upon it to then bring the price down. So it'll be interesting. I don't think I'm gonna play the video with it. I know I had it queued up, but it's fine. These next two were kind of just because the holidays, you know, and I thought this was interesting. Half of people say holiday season should last longer, with 74% saying holiday prepping puts them in a good mood. That, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy the holidays, and I think there's like a few reasons why people think this, because I think if you don't get to see family very often, and it's normally only the holiday time, and I can definitely relate to this because there's some parts of my family where we don't have an opportunity throughout the year to kind of see each other. Just we're so busy, life happens, this, that, and the other, that the holidays are that much better because we get to catch up with people we don't see normally in like our day-to-day. So I can see that being a reason, and then the fact that like, so you have that to look forward to. all the stuff that normally comes with holiday seasons, gift giving, giving back, even down to I feel like there's a sense of like baking or the meal prepping that can go into having an amazing holiday experience, if you will, if you're like hosting, because I enjoy hosting, and it started becoming a thing where Christmas Eve is kind of like under my wing now, with my family, or some of my family. We have our 2 separate gatherings, which is totally fine, but it's kind of something new that's started ever since we've been on the other side of COVID. But I enjoy but I'm also a planner. Like, if you know me, I'm a planner, and I'm very much excited about planning things out and making sure everyone has like fun, you know. So with the holidays, like Christmas Eve, it's normally like what we've done is more like a potluck style thing, but it's fun to not only shop for people and get them something that they may not have realized they would like wanted or anything like that. I aim to do that. Sometimes it doesn't always happen, and sometimes people are just like, this is what I want, that's it. So, and I mean, on the flip side, it's easier, right? When it's just like, tell me what you want so I can get it for you. And there's definitely a group out there, like I kind of fall in that line, but it's always entertaining to see people that kind of like think outside of the box in the gifts that they're giving. So I could see there being quite a few reasons why people would want it to last a little bit longer. Not to mention, like, knowing, like, relating back to my schedule during the holidays, it is jam-packed with all kinds of crap. Like, if you're not at a gathering of sorts, you are going out and getting gifts for that next gathering or whatever else. So it's like you have to balance your like holiday parties with work, your any birthdays, you know, during this time period. I want to say between November and then on the other side, like November through January, it's like you have to be on your shit basically to make sure, like, not only are you worried about birthday gifts, but you are also worried about Christmas gifts. And so it's a lot. And then if you're trying to plan anything outside of those like gathering type of things, like any sort of date nights or anything like that, it's like, okay, what weekend do we have to not do anything to kind of just recharge until the next weekend when we have so much to do? Yeah, so I can get like that perspective. It's like, okay, can we have the holiday season be just a little bit longer? So I know I've been rambling, but just my 2 cents on this. So they surveyed over 2,000 adults and found that 52% try to fit in as many festive activities as possible. Like I said, it is so busy. So busy. I think like next weekend is the last weekend until the end of January that something is not going on the weekend. Like that's my schedule. Like there is something happening every single week after next weekend through January, because it's either holiday related, family related, or birthday related. Yeah. So it's one of those, all right, being a lazy ass, like, see you in February. Like, so, anywho, what was interesting, and I haven't tried their coffee yet, Dutch Brothers conducted this, which I don't know the big deal with Dutch Brothers coffee. Evidently it's a big deal. Chat, if you can enlighten me on that would be great. Otherwise, I have no idea. I don't even think there's a location near me yet. I think there's one being built, but it hasn't like made its way this way yet. So anyways, I may have to sneeze. Nope. Okay. Nope. My nose is just gonna run for a second. That's fine. Oh. Okay. There we go. Oh, my eyes started watering and everything. Okay, so what they had found was 74% of those surveyed reported that prepping for the holidays puts them in a good mood, with a third claiming that they are the most festive person they know. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. This I thought was really cool. So chat, if you have any unique holiday traditions, I'd love to hear about them. But here's a couple that people had mentioned. Wearing costumes on Christmas morning. Okay. I mean, I used to do like Christmas PJs every year. I know one of my other friends, they get new Christmas PJs every year for that purpose with their family. So, okay, makes sense. This next one, no idea what, like, the story behind it. I'm intrigued to understand the story behind it. They will hide a pickle ornament on the tree, and whoever finds it gets an extra special gift. Or a special extra gift, my bad. It's one of those, why a pickle? Of all things, why a pickle? I don't know. And then this last one that they mentioned, putting a candle in a scoop of ice cream, and whoever's candle burns the longest opens the first present. Normally, like, when I'm in my like family gathering of sorts where we're exchanging gifts and things like that, we'll kind of change it up each year, but it's usually along the lines of you're either letting oldest to youngest, that kind of order, open gifts, or youngest to oldest. I land smack in the middle. So it's kind of like, okay, I don't care. Either way, you know, it's a difference for the other end, like the ends of that. But this one was interesting. You're putting a candle in, and whoever's is burning the longest opens the first present. I feel like kids would be guarding the shit out of their ice cream. But if you're siblings, I could see you like messing with each other, trying to blow out the other person's candle so you're the first one that opens the present. I could see it being pretty competitive. This next one, okay. One respondent said their family eats pizza on Christmas Eve. Another one has a group of friends that get together to create holiday crafts that they use as a gift for someone less fortunate. Wow, I like that one. That one's pretty inspiring in terms of, you know, you're giving back. I like that. That's neat. I think for Christmas Eve, I know one of the long-standing kind of family or family gatherings I've been to, like on and off over the years. Their main dish, or yeah, I guess main dish and like the fixings to go with it, is chicken Kiev. Oh my god, it's so good. So good. I've only made it once off of their recipe outside in like different family gathering. So good. And then to go along with it, another key side dish is the mac and cheese. Oh my god, so good. And that's kind of inspired the mac and cheese that has now formed in our household of you just throw all types of cheeses into this mac and cheese experience, and it's just delicious because you can't go wrong with cheese. So I get why there could be some Christmas Eve dish type traditions, because I mean, pizza, even if you made those like homemade, that there's not a lot of prep that goes into it. Like, you could just buy the pizza dough, drop all the ingredients you want, stick them in the oven, that's it. Or you can just buy it from Domino's or whatever, you know? Very like low effort versus, you know, having a 3-course meal or whatever. So yeah, I think this is a cute article for the holidays. But even with those unique traditions, the results found that Americans haven't abandoned the classics like eating, drinking their favorite holiday treats, watching classical holiday music or holiday movies, decorating their house, or baking for their loved ones. So, okay. I love decorating. I specifically Halloween and Christmas. There is always something in the front yard from the months of like September through February probably, because I let Christmas stuff kind of linger, and so having a new tree that is remote controlled, oh my god, it's a lifesaver. Anyways, it's already pre-lit, it comes apart and you don't have to take off the lights. Oh my god, it's a total like lifesaver. Yeah, I love the Christmas lights, and I'm more of like the, I guess, traditional lights. I don't care so much for the colored lights. Like this year I decided to decorate the tree in gold and red, and then like the lights are the warm white. Oh, it looks so pretty. So happy with it. And we still have those kind of like heirloom type ornaments, or like I'm a huge fan of Nightmare and The Grinch, so they're trickled in there just to give it like a little something different. But yeah, it's a good time of the year. Classic holiday movies, I have not done that yet. I am waiting for the weather to make up its damn mind, because it's so warm in comparison that it's like I am barely okay to have like hot coffee, let alone hot chocolate or any of that sort, because it's not cold enough outside to merit having a warm beverage at night kind of thing. I think we're turning the corner on that finally. If I'm seeing the stuff I'm seeing on the weather, at least what's upcoming. So, what else? People invest about 30 hours of work into holiday chores like planning or wrapping presents. I have given up on wrapping for the most part, because it takes so damn long. So I am a bag giver in most cases, unless it's already pre-bagged or, you know, wrapped. Thank you, Amazon, for those options. Or if it's a very, very large box, then it's one of those, okay, how can we get creative and wrap this thing? Because it's clear as day what's in the box based on the label on the box. So yeah, I've definitely migrated away from just wrapping. I'm terrible at it. I am trash at it. So yeah, bags all the way. Plus, the ones I get for it, I mean, honestly, like holidays, it's a matter of like exchanging bags. Like, oh, okay, I get this bag. And it's kind of funny because like, some years we'll have really cute bags, and I swear we've had some bags that have been exchanged for years. So it's a matter of like, oh, I'm gonna get the one with the snowman on it this year, right? We just exchange it, and it's kind of funny in that way. But the other piece to this is like, we'll even make comments on certain bags. It's like, oh, I'm definitely keeping this one. Like, this is gonna get reused. It's almost like excitement and an extra like gift on top of the gift, that it's like, oh, this is a really nice bag. I really like it. Yes, I'm going to use it now. So, from last minute shopping to wrapping presents, the holidays can be a lot to keep up with, leaving 40% struggling to keep themselves energized during the season. I can relate to that. Yeah, it's a lot. you're dealing with your day job. If you have kids, like, you're trying to make sure they have all their stuff for their, like, school parties or what have you. And then your family, and then everything else on top of that. It's a busy time. Yeah. This makes me want to bake cookies, though. These look like gingerbread cookies almost. Yeah, so, excuse me. God, I'm very, like, burpy this morning. I don't know why. The last one, again, getting into the holiday spirit. It kind of gives you a preview of what it looks like, but evidently, if you were big on Elf on the Shelf, I don't participate. I don't have kids, but I don't think my rendition of Elf on the Shelf would be kid appropriate, probably. I feel like we would do more of these displays that you see here with the dinosaurs, like ripping him apart, basically. I think we would just have him in funnier situations that kids probably wouldn't necessarily need to see. But evidently this mom discovered that her Elf on the Shelf lost a leg. So what she has done is get a little creative with how they explain and how they like represent their Elf on the Shelf moving forward for the holiday season. I'm assuming they're probably going to buy a new one after this year, but she ends up, as you can see here, putting him in a display that T-Rex is ripping off his legs. So, yeah, she obviously wanted to keep the spirit alive for her kids with Elf on the Shelf. And if you're not familiar with it, basically you have this elf, you name it whatever, and for X amount of days leading up to Christmas, you put the elf in different kind of situations. So like you could have him, I've seen one where he's like sitting in front of the coffee pot and he's using one of the mugs to like sit on, and he's kind of like perched waiting for his coffee to be made because there's another cup in the coffee maker. So just as an example, another one like this one, which is pretty funny, how the T-Rex or the dinosaurs are attacking Elf on the Shelf, and it's basically just ways to keep the Christmas spirit alive and have fun with it with kids. So I think this has been big for quite some time now. But she ends up ordering him like a little wheelchair, and she makes it out of little Legos. Like, look at that. I will say parents get very creative on some of these things. So definitely like kudos to them for just going with the flow, because who knows what happened to his leg and like where it went to. But I'm assuming he's gonna go away after this year, and a new elf will come by next year, is my guess. So this one's short, cute. I think there was one comment she had said. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. She scrambled to salvage her son's beloved elf by stitching closed the hole so the white stuff inside wasn't showing. Then she came up with the imaginative cover story to explain the missing limb. She staged a dinosaur attack using the schoolboy's toys and explained that the naughty beast had eaten the elf's leg, rendering him an amputee. He was so excited when he came downstairs the next day. He was like, "Where's his leg?" It was like the dinosaurs must have eaten it. But so was this the first? Yeah. Okay. Lauren introduced Elf toy to her 4-year-old son for the first time on December 1st, but then that evening she was horrified to discover that his right leg had been torn off. And okay, so she had already, this elf is getting replaced next year probably, but something happened overnight that led to a missing leg. Wow. Okay. Well, she was very creative in fixing all of this, and it seems like it went very, very well when the kid saw it and she was able to explain it. So, that's funny.